Hello everyone, here I am with another video of my PhD interview experience. In this video, I'm going to share my experience of PhD interview at IIT Jodhpur in the session March 2023. This interview was in the offline mode and 285 students were shortlisted for the interview in the Department of Physical Science, IIT Jodhpur. And finally, 29 students were selected. Now coming to the interview, whenever you fill the application form of IIT Jodhpur for PhD, you will be given a choice to choose the research field. For example, in the Department of Physical Science, there are options available like condensed matter physics, astrophysics, high energy physics, quantum physics, in which you can do research in quantum computation, quantum information, quantum optics, and optics is another group there. So when you choose this and on the date of interview, you will be asked to go to that particular selection committee, and the professors in that particular selection committee will be from the same group that you have mentioned in the application form. For example, in my case, I was interested in quantum physics group. So I was interviewed by two professors who were from the same research group, that is quantum physics group. Okay, so coming to the questions, first of all, I was asked to introduce myself, in which I talked about my education, my master's project, and my past experience, which includes like internships which I've completed during my master's degree. Then they started asking me questions, not about my master's project, but about my internship, okay, which was about quantum communication. So it was about quantum key distribution protocols. So they asked it that explain us the quantum key distribution protocols, and then they particularly asked me about BB84 protocol. Those who are familiar with quantum communication or QKD protocols will understand these type of questions. So this was all about the questions they asked me about my internship, and few other questions were asked from the same protocol, BB84 protocol. And after that, they asked me that what are my research interests and why. Okay, so I was interested in quantum information, quantum computation, and actually there are two groups at IIT Jodhpur in the Department of Physical Science who are working in the domain of quantum technologies. One is the theoretical group, which includes quantum information, and another one is quantum optics, okay, which is experimental. So I told him that I'm interested in both the groups, but my interests are more inclined towards quantum information. Okay, so then one of the professors asked me that, can you tell us the difference between the Schrodinger's formalism and Heisenberg's matrix formalism in quantum mechanics? So this was the first question from the quantum mechanics which I was asked. And after that, he asked me a few more questions from linear algebra also. And he asked me, what do you mean by density matrix? What do you mean by Hilbert space? What do you mean by unitary matrix? Okay, these kind of questions were asked. Because linear algebra is very fundamental to quantum information. If you are interested in quantum information, then linear algebra, understanding of linear algebra is very important. So he asked me a few questions from linear algebra. Then he asked me that how much knowledge do you have of linear algebra and what kind of books have you read? Okay, sometimes professors ask you about the kind of books that you have read about any particular subject or about some field or research field you are interested in. Okay, so you should have some idea about the books, because if you are not able to recall the name of books in the interview, I think that leaves a really bad impression on your profile. Okay, so after that, these were questions asked. I think it was more of an interaction type rather than question answer session. They were very friendly, and it was a good interaction with them. So they observe your body language and the way of presenting the answers, the way of how do you interact with them. That's very important. Sometimes you are not able to give the answers properly to some questions. Okay, it's possible that you do not know the answer of some question, and in that case the professors, they give you a few hints, they try to give you some dots, and all they want is to see that if you are able to connect those dots to present some solid answer, if not 100% correct, at least 90% correct. So that's very important, and you should therefore very you should listen to their questions very carefully, and you should also listen to the clues, the hints that they are giving you during the interview. All they want is, they want to check if you have that, creative thinking, critical thinking. That's very important to research, because um, um, they just not only check your knowledge, but also these kind of things which are very important to research. Okay, you should be very, prepared for these kind of things. And I think the interview was for about 15 minutes, and I was selected also at IIT Jodhpur. So one thing I want to mention here is that before appearing for any kind of interview, you should, for PhD interview, you should also always go through the departmental web page. You should explore the kind of research they are doing, the availability of professors, their research profile, and the current PhD students. You can also interact with them to get to know about the research labs, the research facilities. I think it's very important that you should be familiar with these things, because sometimes they do ask in the interviews that, few questions which are relevant to this kind of stuff, that you will be only able to answer these questions if you have gone through the departmental web pages. So I think this is all I have for this very particular video. If you have any question, any kind of query, you can post in the comment box. So hope to see you in the next video. Till then, bye.